Yo, so if you guys remember how we finished the last video, I stood right in this region right here and said we're going to reveal our next project. And I said you might have already seen it. Maybe alluding to something that's already behind me. But that was just to throw you off. If you want to see the next thing we're working on, you got to check out this episode of Pugliese Speed Shop. Guys, now I know for a fact, Kevin, when he saw that part of the video, just rolled his eyes. And that's even if he made it that far, because that's a lot to ask. 45-minute video of me cleaning up and going through stuff. I was hoping that that would motivate Oli. Maybe he could do a video on cleaning up his stuff. He's got some really cool stuff, but instead he just sat around and watch mine. Now, I can't get mad about that guy. I need the views, you know? So I do appreciate you guys watching, but now he's trying to use me as an excuse. I don't know. But we're going to show you this new project that I've had for quite some time. And, well, for me to do that, we got to go outside here, guys, and brave the frozen tundra. Let me tell you, this is... it is cold. It's a little windy, so hopefully, I think we got a little break for a second. And it is so cold. I got to move pretty slow, guys, slower than usual, because look, this is 100% ice with a snow covering for, you know, aesthetics. So yeah, I'm walking on this is probably not the smartest thing, guys. But what's the old saying? If you're going to be dumb, you better be tough. I consider myself a pretty tough guy, which means I'm probably also equally stupid. I'm good, but let's get over here. And so like I said, I've owned this thing for about 8 years. All right, and she's been on the channel a few times. One of the first things on the channel, and then we used the heck out of her, and then we neglected her for a little while. And I know I'm walking past quite a few neglected vehicles, and we can talk about that later. Okay, let's not rub that in, but we're almost there. And all right, almost getting closer, guys. Getting closer, and yeah, I think we're here. Yeah, my 1989 Jeep Cherokee, also known as the XJ. It's got the really cool, dual colored wheels there. That's probably not the right way to say that, but you get it. It looks like trash. I got it. I'm going to spin you guys around, show you what's going on with this thing, and then we'll go probably where it's warm and talk about some things. And I got some more stuff to show you inside. So, yeah. So if you guys have been around for a little while, you know that we use the hell out of this thing. I run the dump with it all the time. I run get parts with it all the time. John used it for about 6 months, drove it all over the place. Michael used it for, I think, a couple weeks. It's always been a just super reliable spare vehicle. And guys, we really took that for granted. Mechanical wise, drivetrain's legit. All right, so there's that. It's solid. This here is just surface rust, guys. The roof looks about the same. It's just primer. Everybody told me you can't just prime it. This is 8 years ago I primed this thing, guys. It's never been in a garage, so yeah, I think it's okay. It's a limited, so it's got power, everything. Well, for 1989, leather seats, all that kind of stuff, right? Headliner's sagging again. This seat is starting to be a little worse for wear. The steering wheel is doing the thing that GM steering wheels, because this is an AMC, so it's just a, you know, conglomeration of parts here. So any of these old tilt wheels, that's what happened. So that's got to get fixed. Stereo works when it wants to. AC never wants to. Windows work sometimes-ish. It's clean though. It really is. It was the light came on this time. She's dim though, guys. So yeah, she's about dead because it's been sitting. You get to the other side, you'll know why. That was me right there, by the way. Trying to not bust my ass on this ice. But so, oh, you can't see it. Well, this tire right here is yeah, completely flat. Found that when I went to do a dump run one day. This one's not looking much better, guys. What do we think here? Oh, she's all right. Like I said, super solid. Usually these things got like rusted up floorboards and all that. Not this one. It's got 198,000 on it, I think. Yeah, and it just works. Right now, it's got a dead battery and a flat tire. If you know, I'm sure you already noticed. But the spare tire has already been incorporated. That guy was replaced at one time. This one over here has a plug in it, and that one's done. So we'll bring you inside, show you some things, and explain the plan. All right, guys. Now that I've thought out a little bit, we can sit down, and I can explain it to you. All right. A lot of people are probably thinking, they're like, Chaz, like all of a sudden you're all about this Jeep again. Well, what gives? Well, they're not wrong. All right. It was on the channel 100 years ago, and then it came back a couple times for me to fix what absolutely needed to be fixed. Other than that, I've just been driving it and, unfortunately, kind of neglecting it. It gets the maintenance it needs, but it doesn't get the upgrades it needs or any of that kind of stuff. And so I've had it on the channel. It got great traction. And, well, I don't know if you guys have realized, but sometimes I might have the attention span of a goldfish. And, well, the rest of the channel kind of explains the rest of it, right? So a lot of little things have been breaking on this thing, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. But what kind of motivated me, other than the fact that it's undrivable, I don't even have a spare for it, is Cousin Cletus. So if you guys aren't following him on YouTube, check him out. Cousin Cletus is his name on YouTube, on Facebook, and I don't know where else he is. Okay, that's just the two places I know him from. You might have seen him on Garage Trivia. Him and his son actually whipped up on me and Andrew a little bit when we did the father-son thing. So I blame the kid for that, and we're going to leave that one at that. All right. He decided he wanted to bring some YouTube guys together, car community guys, because it's a great community, guys. If you're messing around on YouTube at all, and you'll see a lot of us together, smaller channels, bigger channels, all that kind of thing. And it's because we all got the same goal, right? Same common goal. So why not, spread the love? Well, Cousin Cletus came up with the great, I got to read it, guys. So I got to keep my attention, all right, for all you guys. That's what I'm doing. The title is a little lengthy, but we'll have the kid do it. It's probably going to take at least that much room. The Great Automotive YouTuber Beater Build Challenge 2026. So he came up with this, and I said, Beater, you have my attention. All right. So there's some rules to it, and there's the max you can spend on the whole enchilada is $7,500. I plan on being nowhere near that. If you guys know me, you probably already knew that. That includes your purchase price, parts, tires, paint, that kind of thing. Fluids, fuel, and oil don't count. If you take some parts off and you sell them, you can take that credit back, and that brings you back down. We're going to kind of bank on that in a few spots. Everything's point-based. It's all for fun, guys, but, you know, you get bragging rights. So if you're under $2,500, 20 points, 10 points if you're under 5,000, 5 points if you're under 7,500, and all different stuff about where you get parts from, the junkyard or reuse things, and all. He's got a whole spreadsheet on this, right? Hopefully he's doing the math, because I know I ain't. But it's got to be done by September 24th, 2026. It seems like it's a long way away, but if you guys have done a project like this, it's right around the corner. So no dilly-dallying, as they say, right? Because you got to be at the No Name Nationals, which is in like Minnesota or something. I'll look it up, and I'll have the kid put that down here too, because I forget. But that's when that is. So you got to be there. There's a meetup spot, you know, a diner or whatever, all this kind of thing. Just hanging out, having a good time with some car guys. You got to go on a 15-mile test drive, and it's got no breakdowns. Guys, I'm hoping to drive it there. So from here to there, yeah, I think it's a little more than 15 miles, so we should be good there. You get some points if it can do a burnout. It probably won't, but there's that. Lots of points in creativity, which I think we should be able to work something there. So when he put this out, I was intrigued. And me being me, my brain doing what it does, I immediately get on Facebook Marketplace, got everybody's favorite spot, right? And I start looking to see what I can find out there. And there was quite a few cool. Now, cool is a relative term, okay? Low-priced vehicles that you can kind of make cool if you squint real hard and like it's at night or something, that kind of thing. And I was thinking about doing that. That was like a 90-something Beretta, 80-something Cavalier Z24. Then I got thinking, I was like, oh, it'd be cool if we found like a turbo Daytona Shelby Z Turbo or something. We did. And the price is actually right. And I keep talking myself out of it because they're cool cars. I actually really dig those. Maybe an Eagle Talon, but they're a little, because you can take it on the track over there. So you want something, not that a Z24 or a Beretta are quick, but you can have fun. I always say this, and it's partially because they're cheap, but I think it's more fun to go fast in a slow car. And I say that because I don't want to pay for a fast car. And there's some creativity. That's one of the things, right? But I started looking at that kind of stuff, and I started really thinking about it. And then Turlo from Turlo's Garage, you guys have probably seen him. He's been on the trivia thing a couple times too. Usually a little overdressed, but yeah, he likes to keep it classy, right? He said, I actually posted a picture of the OBS on that before and after, and I was like, wow, what do I build next? And he says, because that's what I forgot to mention. We're going to bring it back for a second. There is a Facebook group, the Great Automotive YouTube Beater Build Challenge 2026. It's on Facebook. Cousin Cletus is admin for it. And there's like 40-something people on there right now. So you can follow along there. Go ahead and check that out. You can see what people are looking at building, what people are putting together, ideas, all that kind of stuff. The rules are on there. Like I just kind of hit the high points. The whole thing's on there. So you can check it out on the old Facebook there. And yeah, so he mentioned in that group, when I put that picture of this up there, he said, why don't you do a Jeep? Now, Turlo's a Jeep guy. And I said, I have a Jeep. It's sitting right now, and I want to do a ton of stuff to it. Why am I buying something else? I have more than enough projects. I think everybody can vouch for that. I think the only guy that I actually speak to that's got more than me is Oli. He's got about double what I got, but it's not a contest. Okay. I'm actually like a little stressed. I want to get things done. And I figured this is a good way to stay on track, get that Jeep done, and I love driving this thing. I want to make a nice, solid daily driver out of it. And what better way than driving it to somewhere for no reason and back? Why not? So the reason it's sitting is honestly just because of that flat tire. Because I was at least running to the dump and the parts store and everything, on the weekends. Let the Tundra sit while we were putting this thing together. And it did great. And then I came out one morning, the tire was flat. Well, I have a set of tires over there, wheels and tires. I'll show you in a little bit. That I bought more, I don't know, more than 6 months ago, but not quite a year, somewhere in that range, because there was a smoking deal on the marketplace, guys. I was looking and I wasn't even looking for those, but I was like, hey. So I grabbed them up. I wanted something a little offset. I wanted 31s. There we go. Well, you see the Jeeps out there, it's bone stock. Suspension, I think it probably still got the original shocks on it with 200,000 miles on it. Every time you turn the wheel, like the ball joints, it's loud. Everything is. Remember the old movies like this to keep it going straight?
Little Johnny wouldn't finish his cigarette, so I took away his mercury privileges, and he started crying like a lady.
That's real life sometimes. And I just told John that a minute ago. He was laughing, So he's like, "Oh yeah, that thing is." So I bought those wheels and tires because I wanted to lift it. I don't want to go crazy. The same thing like I talked about with the with the truck, the Tundra. It's poser mobile. I'm not an off-road dude. I might every now and then I might take the Jeep through something, but not really. It's just not really my thing. I broke a lot of stuff as a kid living up in the Poconos, doing that stuff, and I just kind of got out of it, right? So, but I do like the look, and guys, honestly, if you got to replace all the suspension on that thing, which I do, leaf springs are like bent like this, and it is awful. It's actually cheaper to go out and buy a lift kit from Rough Country or Rusty's Off-Road or any of those guys than to piece together all brand new suspension. Because I need springs, I need shocks, I need, sway bar end links, ball joints, tie rod, the whole. If it's there, we need it. All right, so it's definitely that's a cheaper way to go. You get a kit, it's easier, and at the end of the day, it looks a little cooler. I don't like things wild. I'm more of a just past stop type of dude. So that's what's up. So I bought those tires, and I was like, well, I'm not going to get this other tire fixed. Let's stop band-aiding this thing together. And I said, hey, so I kept telling Megan, I think I'm going to buy the lift, just get the Jeep done. And she was like, I really wish you would. Kind of tired of sitting up there. So this challenge came up, and I figured it was a great way to do it. So I want to tell you where we're at so far. All right, to keep us honest, that's part of it. Whatever receipts you have, you hold on to them for this challenge. But I said it's all for fun, so it's no reason to lie about it. Like, I bought this for, built this whole thing for 38 cents. Shut the hell up, dude. No, you didn't. So that Jeep I actually got out of steel. Now, granted, this was a little over 8 years ago. I had that green Jeep, and then the flex plate broke, shattered, and that thing was a rust bucket, so we got rid of it. Andrew was just getting his license, and he liked driving the Jeep because, it's a pilot house. You can see everything. So we looked around, and we found the one I just showed you guys. It was on there for $500, and it was in Stafford, Virginia, which is about an hour and some change from here. We drive out there, and it was exactly what we thought. It had new windshield, new battery in it. That's probably worth $500 right there. It had zero headliner, just metal, but it wasn't in bad shape. There was a younger girl that had it. She was, I don't know, in her 30s or so, and she had just bought a new Cherokee. Now, she found this thing because she worked at this tire spot out there in Stafford, and the original owners, brought it there for all the maintenance. So she knew everything was going on with it. And that was pretty cool. So she bought it and planned on just running it for about 6 months. And so she bought something new. And if you guys have ever had that plan, triple that, because that's what happened. She drove it for a year and a half. But she didn't change the oil in that year and a half because she didn't need to. She was putting about 2 quarts a week in this thing. And but it was safe. It just dumped oil. and she, there was something going on in the back right wheel. I ended up redoing the brakes back there. When you touch it, it'd lock up, and it was kind of sketch. But we talked a little bit. I picked it up for $300, right? I said, okay, cool. Grab that thing. Turns out the oil leak, if you ever looked at these things, the oil filter mount kind of like comes out and there's like a T on it or like a little L. It's missing an O-ring. $7 fixed, right? So the exhaust was bad. We put new exhaust on it and we pieced that together, and it's now the downpipe is bad. But 8 years ago, it just needed from the cat back, and we deleted the cat, put a thrush muffler and a tailpipe, and we were good. The tow package was rusted to terrible. We cut that thing off in pieces. We went to the junkyard. We got a headliner, and guys, we have redone that thing two times so far. Once on the channel. The original time that once on the channel we did it, now you see it sagging again, so we got to fix that. Just little things. It started to overheat. We ended up redoing. We had a water pump. We did heater hoses and thermostat and all that kind of thing. At the end of the day, and we got $900 it took to get that thing on the road and legit. So we were driving around. Kid drove to high school for about a year and some change. And what else we put on it? A serpentine belt, a tensioner, little stuff like that, you know. And that I think we done on the side of the road. He broke down on the way to school or something. So after that, he drove it until we thought he blew a head gasket. There was a lot of nastiness in the coolant and all that kind of stuff. So, which it ended up just being in need of flush. But it was really, guys. The whole thing was weird. There was this gel. It was right when we were moving in over here. So yeah, we stuck it in the shop. I actually have a head gasket over there on the shelf because we were ready to do that, and ended up not being a problem. So after that, it took a couple little things. We put a fan shroud on it, wiper. Actually, we haven't done the wiper delay yet because that's that little relay we found in the junkyard when we went there with Wade. So we got to take care of that. We fixed power steering, wheels and tires, suspension. So I ordered the lift kit with all the suspension. Well, almost all. Most of the suspension. This is where we're at right now, guys. We're at $2,505. So we are over our 2,500. So that gives us 20 points already. Unless we sell those stock wheels or something, right? And we can make some money back that way. So it's a driver if I put a tire on it and charge the battery. Let me show you what we're working with around here and some of the plans we got for it to bring you guys up to speed and get your opinion on it. All right, so we'll go over here. We'll start off in Pugliese's Wheel Emporium. And, well, first let's move our FXR parts. Oh, that's going to help the resale value. This guy over. Gentle, easy. All right. So, here's what we got. Some Goodyears. These are 31-inch all-terrains. They look pretty decent there. $350. Already mounted and balanced, so that was kind of cool, right? And, yeah, they're kind of, they were used or beat up. We'd clean them up, paint them or something, but... And we actually have the center caps for them, but you never see these things with the center caps. All four of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. All matched. Ready to go, ready to throw on the rig. If they would actually fit. So, we'll take you over here, and I'll show you some things we got over here. We'll start off right here. Here we got... So head gasket that we hopefully don't need. We got some hoses. Now we do have some extra parts here. That's, like I said, we put a water pump that actually didn't need to be changed, so we kept the old one. We'll probably throw that in the back of the Jeep just in case we need it along the way. LED headlights, not needed, but free because they came off of this guy right here. Remember the really ugly ones I didn't like? They work awesome though, so I'll throw those on the Jeep. That'll be nice. Got here. Here's a center cast. Whoop. Stay. Random Jeep stuff. So that's important. Don't need that stuff. Cup holder. Dude, you're going on a road trip. Forget about it, right? This is the wiper relay, which I should probably label. We'll leave that out so I can label that. That's the one. They don't even make them, so I had to get out of the junkyard. Hopefully that one's good. If not, they'll still work. But this is just, oh, that's a winch. No. This holds on the skid plate. That's in the back room. Kept all the stocks of this, guys. She was a limited, like I said. She's all gold. But, so that's what's going on. That's the stuff we had, which isn't a whole lot. Oh, and I got one of these guys for the, to hold the tailgate up because they usually go out. This is what I got so far from Rough Country. So, I'm going to rip this box open and we'll show you what's in there and we'll, move on from there. Guys, you can't make this up. Here's this little guy. And this little guy in this box. Alright guys, I ended up buying the whole kit from, well, almost the whole kit from Rough Country because they're cheap and it works. I know these guys are like, oh, the springs suck, it's gonna sag, it's gonna do this. Dude, I'm a poser, I don't care. So, let's open this guy up. See which one, this should be the, I think it's the, what do we got here? Oh, another box in a box situation, guys. This is the steering stabilizer. All right. Oh, so that's how you know it's good right there, guys. Made in China. All right. So who cares? And, you know, you got to put the sticker on it, guys. What are you even doing if you don't have the sticker on it, right? So there's that. All your mounting stuff. And this should be pain in the ass to open. All right. Heavy duty ball joints. So that's what we got here. Getting all the hardware. And that's what we got so far. The rest is still in the mail. But I'm going to open this all as it comes because, well, the whole bumper situation on the OBS. We're looking at everything now, guys. I knew I forgot about something. This little fella. If you guys remember when I did the Suburban, I absolutely love these steering wheel covers. And you saw the one in there is falling apart. So after we tighten up the old wheel, we'll throw that guy on there. You know what's funny, guys? I mentioned earlier about the older GM columns. As they age, they shake all over there. Right? It's like they're known for it. There's, I can't remember if it's 2 or 4 bolts that are in there. I've actually done the repair before on this Jeep when I first got it, long before YouTube. Well, long before I had a YouTube channel because I used a YouTube video to learn how to do it. And on that video, the guy said, pull the bolt out, put some red Loctite on it, and put it back in. I just, and thought it'd be good. So maybe I should have followed the directions, right? I probably wouldn't be doing it right now, but that's fine. Anyways, there's some other things we want to take care of while we're going to be messing with the Jeep. If you guys might remember, sometimes it's hard to start. Well, okay, every time it's hard to start. And they're known for this check valve that goes bad. Some of them are in the fuel pump, some of them are in the line. I think this one's in the line, but we'll figure it out when we get in the shop. So we'll take care of that. I also want to do some more off-road poser stuff, like maybe bumpers, rock sliders. That would just be actually so Megan can get in it easier because she's like you know, 5.3 or something. Maybe roof rack or the bigger roof rack that bolts onto that roof rack. So like, I guess you need 2 roof racks nowadays. I don't know, we'll see what else we can figure out. That's where the creativity comes in. I want to do a little something different with the paint. I got an idea for it. The primer held up for quite some time, but you know, we should probably put something else on there. I wonder what we'll use. But yeah, we got a whole bunch of things going on. I think it's a good idea. We finally finished something, guys, right? Like, I'm driving this thing, I'm loving it. And I came to realize I have not finished something for myself since I can't remember when. This is the first one I actually done in this shop for myself. Well, the FXR, but it's not done yet either. Topic for another discussion there. But I like the way it feels. I like the sense of pride of driving that thing around. So rather than buying more and more projects, and everybody's been yelling me out to stop doing that anyways, maybe they're onto something. So I think it just makes sense to concentrate on what we got here. That's what we're doing with the Jeep. Hopefully that trend takes off and we continue to not be, you know, distracted by what's over. Oh, never mind. Tell me what you think, guys. Do you like the idea? Do you like the ideas that I have for that idea? I think everybody's probably on board with me not buying another project, but you never know. Some people like to instigate, so we'll see how that goes. But you know what they say, guys. If you want to have the coolest thing in the parking lot, you better be ready to put in some work, and sometimes that work is finishing something. What? Who would have thought? Thanks for watching, guys.